In the previous episode, we discussed how to use plasma seeds as propulsion for interstellar travel, and the unique properties of plasma. In this episode, we continue to describe knowledge that lies between modern physics and almost supernatural principles. Even as a reader with basic scientific knowledge, I can only comprehend it through imagination. If you're a science enthusiast, this episode's content can still offer a creative and imaginative way of thinking. To avoid the verbose Q and A, a format from the previous episodes, I will use two different modes to present the two Q and A segments in this episode.
Is there a scientific substantiation for paranormal powers? As for example with your powers of thought?
Yes, there is. In order to explain that, one has to acknowledge the physical reality of the sphere of influence. I'll try to do it. Wait just a second, you are going to have to separate yourself mentally from the illusion that what you see is the true nature of the universe. It is, at best, the surface of a side.
That's a fascinating perspective. Can you explain more about this sphere of influence?
Sure. Imagine for yourself that all the matter here, you, this table, this pencil, this technical device, this paper, does not really exist, but that it is rather only the result of a field oscillation and a concentration of energy. All matter that you see, every creature, every planet and star in this universe, has an information energy equivalent in the sphere of influence which is located on a main field, the general level.
That's mind-blowing. So, are there different levels in this sphere of influence?
Yes, there is not only one level, but several. Last time, I had mentioned that highly developed species which is capable of changing levels, which is something completely different from the simple bubble changing, for bubbles are a part of each and every level. Do you understand?
I think I'm following you. So, are dimensions a part of this sphere of influence?
Yes, dimensions, as you call them, are a part of a solitary bubble. Bubbles or universal foam are a part of a level, and levels are layers in the sphere of influence, while the sphere of influence, acting in the capacity of single physical size, is essentially unending. It is composed of innumerable information energy layers and general levels.
That's a lot of information to process. Can you give us an example of how this relates to paranormal powers?
Well, in the sphere of influence, there are no null levels. All are the same, but they are separated by means of their energy conditions. This means that certain individuals may have the ability to tap into higher levels of energy and information, giving them access to what might be considered paranormal abilities, such as telepathy or precognition.
Let's try something simpler. Again, it is not completely correct. But let's begin in this manner. Tangible matter on this side is mirrored in the sphere of influence as a field with distinct layers.
These layers contain information, as an example, about the simple structure of matter or the string frequency, but also there is stored information stemming from the development of matter. Are you familiar with the human concept of morphogenetic fields? One part of the layer could be designated as such. Now there is still another intermediary layer for which you unfortunately have no human concept, since the theory is not common in human thinking. Let's call it a paralayer, for this layer is mainly responsible for everything which you call PSI and paranormal and which lies outside the boundaries of your primitive science. This paralayer lies between the layers of matter and the morphogenetic layers of a field in the sphere of influence. It can actively integrate with both. Your body, for example, is mirrored as a field in the sphere of influence, Feldraum. That doesn't mean that it does not also exist here as well, as flesh, blood, bones, in the form of matter strings or atoms, but not only that. Existence is always a duality. Some layers of the field contain simple information about the solid matter of your body and its frequency, while other layers contain information about your spirit, your consciousness, or, speaking greater than from a human religious point of view, your soul. Awareness or consciousness in this case is a simple energy matrix, divided into different layers of your field in the sphere of influence, nothing more, nothing less. Genuine awareness can also exist here on the matter side, but only in the form of post-plasma. With the necessary physical knowledge and the corresponding technology, the consciousness/awareness matrix, or soul, can also be separated from its field of rest. It can, despite its removal, continue to exist in a self-sufficient manner for a certain amount of time. That has the strange occult name of soul robbing. But above all, we're talking about science here, not about magic or dark forces.
After reading these conversations, my understanding is that, under certain conditions or environments, also known as fields, matter is just energy or vibration combined with information, which is then perceived by our five senses. It's the same concept as an object being influenced by gravity in a gravitational field. Matter is only a downgrade of energy, while the soul is information. This is an attempt to describe a part of what was previously discussed in philosophy using physics. So-called superhumans are only able to control the mutual conversion of matter and energy. The stronger their ability, the more layers they can convert between. It sounds difficult, but it's not. I hope these illustrations can inspire you to understand these statements in a more abstract way. It's unclear how these statements will be useful in the upcoming content. If you enjoy the video content, please remember to like, share, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next exciting video.